All right. G'day, everybody. We'll wait a few minutes, a few seconds until we get some viewers in. Roll up, roll up. This is the lonely part at the start of the stream, waiting for people to appear.
So people who
But
watch it later, they get to watch the lonely bit.
they get to watch the lonely bit at the beginning of it. Well, let's just get stuck into it then. G'day, everybody. Welcome to my live stream out of Canelo, and a guest who I've invited to interview me this evening is the marvelous Bill Brown. Where are you, Bill?
I'm feeling very marvellous, but yeah, I am now. How are
I'm
you?
just gonna check this is. I'm good. I'm good. It was really hot here. I don't like super hot, and we're all melting. And just now, as we were driving back home, the the sky was covering itself in a big thick cloud, and I think it might actually rain. Would
Great.
you believe it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I'll be watching the fires start up down that way and then go out again.
yeah, yeah. So hopefully the
Yeah,
rain comes and squashes on them. Yeah, done.
absolutely.
So, well, I've invited Bill on here tonight, everybody, because I'm doing my possible crowdfunding fundraiser to fundraiser is not the right word, to help to create a new album. And so I thought it's much more fun to have friends, and so talking to each other. So I've asked Bill to join me and talk to me about it.
Yeah, which is good
So,
because I don't know all that much about it because I've been on the road a little bit travelling, and so I'm the perfect person to be asking you.
oh, good. So I'm going to hand it
Yeah,
over to you now. As I'm going to let you be the leader now.
yeah. Thank you. And
Cool.
situations are quite reversed here. You're the one that's normally on the other side of the planet. Oh, we're still doing that, except you're the one that's home. So there you go. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, okay, so about the album. How did it come about? What's it called and how did it come about?
Well, at the moment, the working title is Golden Carnelian, but that's just something that turned up when I was scrolling through my phone. I collect all these notes and little song ideas and stuff on my phone or in my notebook, and that one just appeared, and I thought, oh, gee, that sounds nice. So that's why it's called Golden Carnelian, and I think carnelian's also like the singer's stone. So it was creativity and singing. So I thought that seemed like a good idea. What was the other bit? How did it come about? Did you say?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How was it born?
Well, you know what? Last year, when I was, after how the COVID days, the COVID times, I kind of didn't write a lot of songs, and then it turns out I did actually write enough songs to make a record, and that came out of COVID things, thinking I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Should I play music anymore and all these things? And then one night but I kept writing, but then I got invited to go up to Sydney and play with Jonathan Schwartz, Bill Risby, Hamish Stewart, and Rachel Johnston for a concert, and we made a spontaneous. They do this thing called the Starfish Club, and I they invite a musician to play, and then everybody joins in on your songs, and we've only had
Right.
one or two. We've only had one run through beforehand, and they blew my mind. Oh, hello. They blew my mind. This I was actually listening as I was playing, and I was closing my eyes, and I was almost stopped playing because I liked the sound of it so much.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, Jonathan's. It could be the case that much of your audience wouldn't know who Jonathan Sports and Hamish Stewart and Bill Brisby are. Jazz audiences in Australia and internationally would know a lot about them, and also, and Hamish is probably the most recorded drummer in Australia across all genres. So it's like a superstar lineup, and it's also strikes me. Not only does it bring a mega band into your music, but it also it intrigues me that this will open up your music to a new audience, but very potentially.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's that cross genre collaboration. But then, you know, I think like singer songwriters, I think often like when you're younger, you think that you're a certain genre or something like that. But as I've gotten older, I realize that singer songwriters are sort of this open land of we're open and we can kind of be led either way, you know, into different lands, and it's so nice. But the kind of the folky love song countryness is there still, and then it's been decorated by these
These other
gentlemen,
musicians,
and some
and
yeah,
it's the same for them, isn't it, to a large degree, because those guys play across all genres as well. Really,
yeah,
what's happening here? You've got a bunch of really fine musicians producing this new album.
yeah, yeah. And so then so we've we put down a bed of actually we did 16 songs, I think it was, in 2 days, with a live. We just got in there and we just played through all of them, and Ted Howard was engineering, and he kind of couldn't believe that we would be kind of silly enough or brave enough to try to lay down that many songs in 2 days. But when it came to thinking about which song to pick, every time I'd say to Jonathan, which one should we keep, this one or that one, and he'd go, yep, keep it. We just kept keeping them. So so there's a few more there than you'd think. But then then I can nibble it down, and I have done that. I've got it down to 12 now, and the next stage, and this is hence the possible crowdfunding, is to have some other musicians help me decorate it, like Rachel Johnston, who is the cello player with 2F by C, and she came to that first gig as well. And
Yep.
Colin McAnomra, who's the fiddle player with the Frames. Donal Black, who I sing harmonies with when I go to
Yep.
Ireland. There's a whole pile. There's about 10 gently put on top of this bed.
Okay. And that's so they need to be recorded. What else is involved in the next stages? Like what actually happens? I'm just thinking about someone that's when you contribute to an album like this, you're actually contributing to a process that might be a little bit mysterious, but there's a lot involved in bringing an album to completion, isn't there?
Yeah, so that's the thing too. Like you need to have a plan, but you also need to have a plan that is movable. Because, for example, like I might think, oh well, I'd love to have pedal steel throughout the record, but then when you lay it down, you might go, well, actually, that's not quite right. I need to move it to this other instrument, or you can invite people in, but then you're still going to craft and shape it. So I was thinking my
Now, at this point, I'm losing you. I'm losing a connection to you. I'm not sure if this is still
plan
working.
after this, you know. Okay, I think we're good now. I'm on 1 bar technically. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, I think let me just double check something. I'm just going to mute myself for 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to mute. That was just a little. There was a little tiny shout up to the top there, checking that the kids aren't on the internet.
Yes.
No, they're not. That's good. That's good. Everything's okay. So, I think we're both on now. We're both on.
Yeah, that's all sounding good now. So the songs they were largely written during the COVID period, or are there some other slow burners that came from even earlier?
Oh dear, I've lost you.
Have you?
It's probably my internet that's dodgy. Say it again. Say it again. Sorry.
So most of the songs they were written during the the COVID period of lockdowns and so on?
Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Wait 1 second. I'm just going to I'm just going to check 1 second.
Now, it could be my end. All righty. I'm going to take you for a walk. Okay. I'm going to see if it's my end, okay?
All right. Nobody's on the internet, but I'm just trying to. Now we can hear. Oh, apparently Dad says he can hear both of us, so that's a good thing.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. It's very exciting, isn't it?
I bet it could.
Trying to get a thing going. I've just relocated, just in case it's the reception here.
Hello, that sounds good up there, and because yeah, perfect. Oh, it's sunny out there. So you're in Germany too.
Yeah. Well, you're not in Germany. You're in Australia. Okay.
I'm Australia. Right. Yeah. So
enough that slight technical
you said something about the songwriting, I think.
Yeah, we're talking about songwriting, and you mentioned earlier that it was mostly written during the COVID period. Yeah.
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 I'm having trouble hearing you. This is terrible. Sorry about this, Bill. I'm just checking everything. What I think I might do is I'm going to take this light out, which will be quite annoying. Let me just come up with a solution. Okay, try again. Tell me one more time what you said, and then I'll see if it holds.
Okay. Anyone that's heard these questions 3 times now, just be prepared. It's coming again. You were talking about the songs and writing them during COVID. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll
so it's quite a... Yes, okay. You can go to the private chat and write me a message. You know what it is? It's 7:13 p.m. in Candelo.
Yeah. Oh, peak time. All the school kids are home. We have a gaming playing blockage.
Hang on, I'm going to know what I'm doing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take it to USB. Take it to the USB, and you don't need a light, and I'm just going to be a bit more in the dark, but you'll still see my face. I'm just going to do this, because
you're not the only one in the dark.
Do the old... Okay. Coming closer, hang on. Then you can see my face from the computer screen. All right, you got me? Okay. Can you see my head?
Yeah. It's like a music video.
And now I'm just going to check. Yeah, and now I'm just going to put it onto the USB instead of the Wi-Fi. Okay, disable unless needed. I'm putting it on.
You know, before the 21st century, no one ever talked like this.
Yeah, here we go. We got this. I got this.
It looks like
it's charging. I look like a scary, like a. I'm going to turn this one off. I'm going to turn this one off and then see what happens. Oh my gosh! Turn Wi-Fi off, and this is going off. Wi-Fi off, and
turn it on. Sure is quiet. Well, I wonder if anyone can see what's going on now. I can see blue sky. I knew I need more jokes. Some jokes, actually. Any jokes. Well, a weather report. Mighty fine day here between Koblenz and Wiesbaden. We've had some very hot weather. Oh, it appears to just be me. Live at 15 minutes in. This is a new experience for us all. German food is good. The beer is even better. The people are great. Very friendly. Not too friendly. Just right. Just perfectly friendly. And perfectly good beer. Yeah. This thing says you're in the show. Everyone can see you and hear you. Oh, shice. Okay. Uh-oh. I think there's a reconnect thing necessary here.
I left him on his own, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Okay, that only took me that long, didn't it? I tell you what, I was a bit stuck there, coming up with plans. I might just ring him. 1 second. I might drop out. I'm in again. You can press the button again. Yeah, go in. Come back in. I'm here. That was a bit of like what do you call it? Okay. All right. He's coming. He's coming back. That was sophisticated, wasn't it? I'll edit this video later, right? I'll make it so it's like super smooth, and that's okay. So anybody who's hanging out here, I'm making a possible campaign. Well, I think you're all here because you know that, and we've got 3 days to go, and I think we're just under 7,000, and we're aiming for 25,000. Ah, there he is. Look, check this out. Ad. Yay!
Hello. That was fun.
That was fun. It was like you guys didn't see all the me back here fiddling with all the stuff, trying to make it work.
All right, I've gone mobile, but I got a bit of a wobble. It's better than the moon landing. Okay, here we go. So, back to it. I'm going to have to move again, though, I think. This is exciting stuff. You don't get this sort of thing on TV. Now, so the songs, let's go back to the songs. They were written while COVID was going on. Is that right? Yeah. I'm chasing reception here.
My really clever idea, Bill, appears to have failed because I forgot that 7:23 there would probably be everybody in the whole of Candelo on the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So I can't hear you, and so when you were talking just then, it was cutting out.
Can you hear me now?
And yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good. I've got a bit of paper. I could write little things on paper. Oh, look. Oh, that's gone.
Yes.
Hey, Kate, can you hear me?
You know what? We can. You know what? I'll tell you some things, and then you can ask me some things. There's a private chat on the side, but it just keeps mucking up. Oh, it was such a good idea, but it is what it is. Thanks for hopping in with me at any rate, and thanks for going along with my idea.
Well, I haven't got any choice really. You're very persistent. Can you hear me?
You have so you keep breaking up into little blobbles.
Wow.
What I could do, but then I don't want to disturb your evening, is I could hop in the car and go down and sit out the front of the Candler Cafe and try again.
So you're sure it's your end? It's not mine.
No, it's probably my end because yeah, it's my end because it's got it keeps dropping down to 1 bar.
Okay.
Because I'm just now. It does say.
I am actually sitting on the router. Let's get down. Okay.
You're sitting on the router. Okay, let's go one more time. One more time. Okay.
Yeah. How's that?
Okay. That's good now.
That's great. Okay. So testing 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Yeah. Okay.
Everybody can hear us, but we can't hear each other.
Yeah. If anyone's still watching this, they must be really, really bored with life, because this is the most exciting thing. You need therapy. Okay. We're going again. Oh dear. What now? So you're off to the cafe? Is that the plan? I don't have to go anywhere. There's a coffee machine. and internet, I think. Well, I'm looking at a very nice frozen shot of you. You've got a lovely smile. Just in case this is the last message to the world, buy the album when it appears. Oh no, you've got to contribute to the album so it does appear. That's the plan. All right, so get on with it. I'm going to try this again. All right. Oh, this is going to happen again. Watch out. Ah, she's coming back. She's a circle. There you are.
All right. So now I've put you on my phone.
Right.
I'm going to see what. So we're both on the screen. Yeah, we're on. Yeah, groovy.
Can you hear me?
All right, let's try now.
I'm trying. Can you hear me? Ooh,
yes.
Like... good. So we've got pictures, we've got audio, yeah? Audio visual. Yeah. Telephones were a good idea.
Yeah, telephones were a good idea.
Oh, back in the old days, you wouldn't be having this problem.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, all this fancy fandangled bizzo.
Yeah, it's okay. When you disappeared, I just made sure that everybody started to pump money into your crowdfunding. It's probably gone over about $30,000 by now, just to get rid of us.
Well, I like how Vic says Mel has frozen. This is what happens. Today I took my blood pressure and it was like super high. It was like, and the lady at the counter.
Blood pressure. Have you got the thing there? Take your blood pressure now. Yeah. We could do it live.
Maybe
if anyone can see it.
That's what was so funny. Was so I went to the counter and the lady's like, "Are you stressed about something?" I'm like, "I'm not. It's not like I'm stressed about it. I just, I have great hope and great fear at the same time."
Well, look, let me be serious then for a moment, because what you do, I think, for most normal human beings would be undoable, because you're extraordinary. I immediately flash back to catching up with you in Paris 10 years ago. You on tour with the girls. I've never seen anything like it, and it goes on and on and on. You're a single mum looking after two girls. You're totally dedicated to being a mum and music. The hardest career that you could possibly imagine, trying to be an independent singer-songwriter, and one of the hardest parenting jobs that anyone could take on. So you deserve all sorts of medals and certainly deserve recognition. And so the amount of stress that you'd be going through to be able to get an album launched with such a fine bunch of musicians and so on would on a more serious note would be quite an effort, and it certainly deserves support. This is me doing the job of trying to get people to put the money in, right? But it's all for real. So and I think a lot of people really know that your music is a heartfelt thing, and it connects with people. It's really soulful, and the fact that behind that you've got such a beautiful commitment. It defines an artist. If anyone wanted to say, tell me about an artist and what they're like, well, you're the example, really. So good on you.
Thank you. Oh, that's good. Now I feel nice inside.
Yeah, good. Unfortunately, you can see the blood pressure thing go down. If we were going live with that would have been an Oscar, award-winning streaming. All right, back to serious stuff.
Vic just said here, you'll enjoy this. Vic just said live blood pressure updates.
So, it's a new form. It'll take off. Everyone's going to be doing it.
Yeah. No, next thing you know, it'll be the whole crowdfunding world, wanting to do the live blood pressure updates. Right. Hey, hello. Yeah. It's all a bit quick.
Well, we'll get everyone else in. There's people upstairs too. But we'll go down
great. Let's make it a party.
Yeah.
I had this idea that maybe, and people who are listening might want to join in. I thought maybe tomorrow night, if people want to, if there's any singer-songwriters hanging out there, maybe where you are or where I am, you know, or in the world somewhere or other, we could make a bit of a party and we could pass songs around. But maybe I'll go to a more reliable internet source at that point of that bit of time. But you know, pass the songs around and get everybody to you know, annoy people in the breaks by telling them to buy blood pressure readings. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm winning. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I guess, like, you know, talking about the theme of the songs that were in the record, were like they're not too morbid, like they're not all morbid COVID stuff. They're like you know, some songs like checking in with people, and some songs like imagining that I had a secret love in Morocco, and what else? You know, that's what, when you're watching, you know, we're stuck at home watching foreign films. It was the closest you could get to an adventure, apart from the kitchen disco that I'd have every Saturday night. What else? There's oh, one of my favorite songs is Midnight Mermaid Blue, which I wrote driving back home from Bega one night, looking at the beautiful sky. Lots of songs about trees, would you believe it? I think I have a bit of a thing for trees at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Trees and the ocean. It's pretty much the zone of it. Yeah.
Well, I find that interesting, because I guess your imaginings and your thoughts during, like everybody else, there were new perspectives during that period of time. So I guess it's inevitable that there's going to be some kind of influence from having that different sort of creative environment as well.
Yeah. And you know how some people were like wrote lots of songs and other people didn't write many. Well, I sort of didn't write many, but then actually in the end I liked them, and I was a bit shy turning up to see Jonathan and all of them, because, oh, well, they're so good. I just sort of wanted to make sure that my songs were very good. And I think sometimes when you think of people as complex musicians, which, you know, they're so, you know, for me, I think they're so brilliant and complex, you know, and that I was a bit shy and nervous at the start to show some of my songs that are a bit simpler, you know, just straight country format or whatever. But then it was entirely enchanting when we were recording the Beds, for example, when we had a straight country song and Jonathan said, "Oh, how do I do this?" You know, like when he can do it. But the thing is, it's and Bill Risby plays keys a lot with country acts, so we'd bounce it around the room and come up with something, and I felt less shy about my songwriting. I mean, they were honoring me anyway. They weren't just they were honoring me, and they always made me feel nice. And so yeah, anyway, and the people who said they'll play on the record from now on, they're such treasures as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just curious, when you've played a few gigs with them up in Sydney, what was the audience? Was it their audience or your audience, or a bit of a mixture?
Well, the first one, the Starfish Club one, was mostly their audience, because it's a little bit like a big house concert. It's, you know, it's one of those rooms that people just come to because they know it's once a month, and they know that it's going to be brilliant no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move these comments up. And then the other night at Church Street, I think it was a mix actually, and a bit of Church Street audience and a bit of their audience and a bit of mine. So it was interesting because they'll play an instrumental set first as well. So we're, you know, playing to each other's audiences. It's cool. Okay,
hang on a sec. Technical interruption. Just thinking ahead then, what's so we've got an idea of now where you're up to and what needs to be done to complete the album, and that's why you're on the campaign trail now. When do you imagine that this might be all out there in the world?
So I think we'll knock it over October, all the parts. I've got all the parts now. I've spent a few months, you know, knowing what I need to put in there. And then so October, you know, and then possibly first song out in November, and a second song end of January, February, and then the album will be out late February, March.
All right.
And as in the album will be out for people who hop on Possible February, and then it may be put into the world a little tiny bit later, but everybody who's in the Possible campaign gets to have it then. Yeah, you know, special people because they're legends.
Well, I really look forward to not only hearing the album but also getting along to the very first concert to launch it. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. And I think I was thinking of places like Four Winds or the Street Theatre in Canberra, or Church Street again, or a small theatre, because with all the instruments on stage will be quite exotic. So it'll be quite nice to have a really beautiful space to sit in and perform.
And it might be the opportunity to get Donald Black over from Ireland at last.
I know. I messaged him today, so if a few people who may have seen the duet that him and I did, if you scroll down my feed a little, you'll see it there. And oh my gosh, he has a beautiful voice, and he's so funny because he doesn't talk about it much, but just it's so delicious to sing with. So yeah, we got to get him on. And then there's a couple of other Irish fellas, the Ocelots, who are going to do some harmonies as well. And so yes, I agree.
Excellent.
Go and enjoy your day, Bill.
All right. And the after party will be a cracker, by the way. Yeah, thanks, Melanie. It was very exciting talking to you. I've never done anything so exciting with a communications device. Have a good day. I'll have a good day. You have a good night. All right.
You too. Yeah, you have a beautiful day. Thanks, Bill. Good night. I'm sure I can find the button on here somewhere. I'm going to press end, okay? See you later.
See ya.
Thank you.